Okay, on to the next Skip the Line reaction, man. And this one is Alter Bridge again, man. Ghosts of Days Gone By. This is brought to you by, once again, Sammy, man. He's bringing them all to you, man, and he's spent a fair amount of money doing that, which obviously I appreciate, and I know you guys there appreciate as well. Yeah, he's been supporting the channel a lot, so I really do appreciate Sammy, and obviously everybody who has requested these Skip the Line reactions. I'm actually very grateful for the love shown on the Fable Sphere, and the fact that every time the Skip the Line reaction form opens, it literally just gets booked out like that. And I really do take a lot. I try to take, at least 20 to 30 of them, sometimes 40 of them, for you guys. And yeah, man, you guys just you come through in fine form. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. This song, this is the message from Sammy. This song is amazing, and it builds on a melancholic song about being haunted by the past, and it gets heavier as it goes on. Enjoy. Rock and roll, man. The last song was absolutely epic. That topped the list for me. Let's see what we got over here. A lot more melodic on this. Almost has a country feel.
The misery I know, like a friend that won't let go.
Hey,
it's creeping up on me now once again. So I sing the song tonight to the ghost that will not die.
What did I say in my last reaction? Where he said, no, I've learned from my mistakes, those dark days are gone. Right? Those dark days never go. They come back. That's life. It's always going to come back. Right? But he's got the mechanisms to deal with it, which is great. Right? I like that because he's kind of clarifying it here.
Tonight, to the ghost that will not die. It somehow seems to haunt me till the end. Do you feel the same for what was remain? Yesterday is gone, we can't go back again. Do you ever cry for the ghosts of days gone by?
What a beautiful song.
I remember summer days. We were young and unafraid. With innocence we'd glide beneath the stars. It seems so long ago, beyond the life that I now know. Before the years would have their way and break my heart. Do you feel the same for what was?
Shit! I don't know. I might have to put this up there with the Fable song. Damn it! This is so good though. This is so good though. I love this. I love that it's got a bit of a country feel to it as well. It really does have a bit of a country feel. I think it's those strings, those guitar, that guitar coming through has got a bit of a country vibe to it. But it's beautiful. It's just a reminiscing song. It's a reminiscing song of the past, and it's a reminiscing song of the past of good and bad, man. Right? Those bad days shape you at the end of the day. You might, the fact that we want to get rid of all of our adversity and we don't ever want to suffer any pain and stuff like that. How are you going to appreciate the good times if you don't suffer bad times? How is that going to be? It's an equilibrium over here. It needs to balance out, right? It needs to balance out. There's an equal and opposite force that there needs to balance out. You can't have a top without a bottom. I've said this so many times. You can't have top without a bottom. You can't have left without a right. You can't have love without hate. How are you going to appreciate love if you never appreciate hate? How are you going to appreciate good times if you've never appreciated bad times? At the end of the day, those bad times are arguably far more important than any of your good times, because those bad times are the character builders, right? The stuff that really knocks you down is what builds your character. I couldn't even say that it's arguable. That's just literally almost definitive, right? You wouldn't be able to build your character based on good times because there's nothing to build there, right? Good times is kind of like a state of weakness to a certain degree, right? Where it's like everything's easy, right? And if you only in those, and if you try to sort of like isolate yourself so that you never experience that, right? All you're doing is you're actually building yourself to be weak. Those adversities are what builds your strength. It's the ones that actually makes you rock solid, right? That once you get out of it, once you get out that storm and you look up, you're like, shit, like that was hectic, but I got out of that. It's a badge of honor. Do you know what I mean? And that's what shapes, that's what gives your good times meaning. I love that.
Yesterday is gone, we can't go back again. Do you ever cry for the ghosts of days gone by?
Beautiful song, man. Gary. It's pacing up, it's pacing up.
With each day I feel the end.
You would.
I don't wanna die. Don't wanna die. Don't wanna die. I don't wanna die.
Oh, they heavy. On that line that I don't want to die, nobody wants to die, right? Life is actually beautiful. It's actually it's really is a gift, and a lot of people don't seem to some people don't seem to acknowledge that, and it's actually just a journey. It's a journey through your existence is actually somewhat interesting because from the beginning we tend to be blind to our fragility, right? Because we're young, we're vibrant, and we're powerful, and we feel powerful, and things like that. And our mortality doesn't really come into focus, right? Because I always say, like, from the moment that you are born, you're not busy living, you're busy dying. And that sort of brings a lot into perspective, where you realize that every day gone by is another day lost and another day lost. It's actually bringing you closer to your death. And when we're young and vibrant, we don't really tend to see our fragility, and we do these stupid, dumb things, not having noticed that. And we'll have these like life-changing experiences that will immediately bring death. Death will flash right by your face and be like, "Hey, just be careful, right?" At the end of the day, you don't want to tempt fate too much, right? But we tend to always pass that off, and as you get older and you get wiser, and you acquire a lot more wisdom, you tend to appreciate the smaller things. You tend to appreciate the world in a very, very, very different light, because that calendar just keeps ticking, and you start counting the years. You start looking at that, as I always say, that jar of marbles, and you realize that that's now half full, right? And then it sort of recalibrates your entire existence in terms of saying, oh shit, well, my last 50 years, what did I do? As great as they were, they might have been wasteful. What will my next 50, if you're lucky to live to 100, not usually like that, let's say, what will my next 30 be? How can I add meaning to my next 30? So as, life goes on, all of these things come into focus with age and wisdom. It's actually a really beautiful thing. I think it's a great thing to introspect on, because life is fragile, man. Life is unbelievably fragile and fickle, but the strongest of all make it to the end. at the end of the day. And even if they don't make it to the end, the strongest, regardless of what and when their end is, right? They leave something powerful behind due to their strength. So anyway, I'm not going to get too philosophical with it, but it really is something cool to think about. Sheesh! Okay, that's also one of my favorites. I think I'm saying this to too many Alter Bridge songs. Come on, Phil. Seriously, pick one. Oh god. Anyway, this one's also one of my favorites. I'm gonna put that alongside the Fable one, or the Silent Fable, whatever the title is. I can't quite remember now. But this was also absolutely fire. I love the progression of this track as well. I loved the melodic instrumentation, almost country vibe from the beginning, because it does give you that nostalgic feeling, and then it goes into the very stark reality that there is an end. That's one thing we can guarantee. No one escapes that, right? There is an end, and we will all meet that end at the end of the day. So powerful. Love this song. The song was absolutely epic, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.